Hello, everyone. I want to first introduce myself. My name is Helmut, and I am the lead project manager overseeing the development of Empower. We are very excited to show you this new version of Empower. We believe that this application is more intuitive than our previous version of Empower. Before I dive into it, I just wanted to mention a few items related to this new version. So the first one is that we have taken feedback from directors and coordinators who are affiliated with the TRIO grants and have gathered input from them and have built this new user interface. And so you'll see that there are some things that you maybe have wished for from other applications that we have then incorporated. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So here we have the login page. You can be able to write your email and your password that will be assigned to you. When you first enter into Empower, you'll be navigated to the students page. And in the student page, you can select the multiple programs that you are affiliated with. Once you've selected the program that you want to view, you can see that all of the students affiliated with it are presented in the table that's below. In that table, you can select to view the profile of each individual person, or you can go ahead and review the information within the table for each of the students. For each of the students, you can edit each of the items on this page. When you press the view button for each of the students, you'll see that the profile is laid out such that it's very similar to the APR. And then each of the data entry fields has a number that's associated with it that is corresponding to the APR number for each of your programs. And one of the biggest feedbacks that we've received is the opportunity to create notes for in behalf of the student. So if you are providing some sort of counseling, you need to write a note on what school they want to go to, or what GPA that they may need to, or even just take a note of how many times have they completed the ACT test, whatever it may be. You can be able to categorize what notes you want to write, and then you can write a simple note related to that particular content. One thing I also need to note is that you can be able to export any of the notes that you have to a PDF. There is a date range, so if your notes are needing only to be during the summer or just needing to be in some sort of semester or a year, you can be able to export that to whatever date that you need. Also make changes to the profile by selecting the edit button and then making the corresponding changes for each of the sections that you desire. So now one of the biggest questions is, how do you actually add students? So in this case, we're just going to walk you through two different scenarios. One of the scenarios is adding a single student, and the second one is uploading multiple students at one given time. To add a single student, what you want to do is you want to click the Add Students button, and then that will drop down into the Add Single Student, Upload Multiple Students drop down. And if you can just select the Add Single Student, that will then provide a pop-up. And in this pop-up, you will have all the necessary programs for you to access. Please note that all of the fields that are necessary will be mandatory, and you will need to fill out majority of the information in order to submit the profile. One of the features is that if there is some sort of incorrect data entry, the program will flag that and will notify you. We do have these question marks that when pressed will notify you of what information you may need to include, or it may also help you to further understand what each of the sections are. There are some cases where when you are adding information that there are special codes that are associated with it. There is this slider button where if you press it, you'll be able to see all of the different codes that are necessary that are applicable for that specific data entry field. If you have not filled all of the mandatory items and you click submit, there will be a pop-up that will showcase all of the different errors or data entries that need to be modified or filled in order for you to submit a student. This is to allow you to make it easier for you to understand what needs to happen in order to submit a student, but it also helps to know that all the information is added. Now let's just quickly look at the Upload Multiple Students section and go through that. The Upload Multiple Students section, you'll see that there is a page that asks you to first select your program. Based on the program will be the specific template that you'll need to download. And once you've downloaded that template, then start implementing the correct information for the students. Once you've added all the information for the students in the Excel file, you can go ahead and press the Upload and Validate button, which will then allow you to upload that particular Excel file. Once you do that, you'll be navigated to a new page that has a table that's called the Validate Student Data table. And in there, it'll showcase all of the different data entry fields that you have populated from your Excel file. And in this area, you will see that if there are any errors, then this will be the time that you'll need to fix it before you can go ahead and actually submit it as a student within the software. So in this example, you'll see that at the top it says, please fix the errors preceding. Once you have fixed all of the errors, you'll see that there will be a green banner that will prompt you that all of the items have been fixed and you can now enroll your students. After doing so, you'll be navigated to your student page and you can validate and see that the students are now added into the student portal. A new feature in this platform that we've just implemented is called the event section. In the event section, you can be able to create multiple events. By clicking the create event, you can assign new events. You can include the event type, whether it's an event or even a class. You can determine what program it's affiliated with, the instructor name, the location, the number of seats, when it ends, the frequency of when it ends, and then also the start time. If it is regular events like sessions or extracurricular activities, you can go ahead and add students to that particular event. Once you have added all of the students that you wish, you can select the Add Selected Students button on the bottom right, and that will add all of the students to that particular event. Once you're satisfied with all the details and all the students that you have added, you can then press the Create button, and that will create that particular event. And as you can see, as soon as you create an event, there is a table that lists all the different events that you have created. Well, thank you all for reviewing this new platform. We're very excited to showcase this to you. We're very happy with the results so far. We've been getting a lot of good feedback from everyone. We hope you all enjoy it. And please remember that a lot of these features, we are still actively developing and tailoring it. And so we would appreciate your feedback as you're using this system. And I'll be there to help you along the way when needed. And please note that this is only the beginning of this platform. Our goal is to for every 2 weeks to implement new features. And so in the next coming weeks, we hope to implement the rollover, the APR, adding more features so you can add classes to students. And we also hope to do things such as stipend allotments, dashboard analytics, reminders. So just everything that you would need in order to ensure that you're having a great experience with the students. Thank you all once again, and I hope you have a wonderful day.